Is a Chromebook good for photographers? Hey everyone, I just wanted to jump in here real quick and remind you of the January 31-day photo challenge that I have going on. This is just a great opportunity for us to jumpstart our creative photography in 2021. And it's super simple. You don't even have to think about what you're going to photograph on each day because I have it broken out on a calendar here. You can even download this calendar for free. You don't have to sign up for anything. It's super easy. I will have a link down below. You can even start this in the middle of the month if you want to. You know, it's a really good way to just get in the habit of taking daily pictures and posting them on Flickr into the community group. That way you can get feedback on them. You know, it's not judging or critiquing your pictures. We're just going to be sharing pictures and making comments on them. You know, again, just to help us feel good about 2021 and starting the new year off right. Hey everyone, Kwame here. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for checking out this video. I hope your day is going well, your week has gone well, and all of that good stuff. I'm really appreciative of everyone who's watched my videos so far. This has been a very cool 2021 so far, so let's keep it up. Today I wanted to answer the question, can photographers use Chromebooks and even like hybrid people who shoot pictures and video. So what is Chrome OS? Chrome OS is an operating system from Google. It's free and it's on many different types of devices, right? So you have your traditional laptop like device right here, but you can also get a tablet. You can also get a screen that flips over. So this is one of those convertible computers. You can get a box, so it's like a little desktop box that you can pick up. So there's many different flavors or styles of Chrome OS, and that's really nice. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Now, it is a free operating system from Google, like I said before, and it's based off of the browser Chrome, so you're getting a full web browser. And that's really nice because if you need to upload pictures to Flickr or Facebook, upload videos to YouTube, it's super simple and you're getting the full experience. What's really fascinating is that Chrome OS can run Android apps. Now, not all Chromebooks or Chrome devices can do this, so make sure if you're getting a Chromebook, make sure you're getting one that can run Android apps. This is pretty key for making a Chromebook work for a photographer and possibly a videographer. I personally like the ones that you can use a pin of some sort on the screen. So the Samsung one is a touchscreen that I can use a pin with. It has a stylus that it comes with, but it's really tiny. I don't like using it. So I picked up this aftermarket pin that works with Wacom tablets. Now the Chromebook I'm using is an older Samsung Chromebook Plus. It's the first version. What's nice about Chrome OS is that it will pretty much run on anything. So as long as you have a device that can support Android apps, and I would suggest at least 32 gigabytes of internal storage, then you should be good. Speaking of storage, one of the really nice things with Chrome OS is that you can expand the storage on most Chromebooks. So for example, this Chromebook here that I'm using has a micro SD card slot. So I've put a 128 gigabyte micro SD card in there. So that's where all my pictures and videos and downloads can go to that SD card. If I need a bigger one, let's say we're going on vacation and I want to back up pictures to the Chromebook, I could pick up like a 512, 400 gigabyte, a terabyte micro SD card and use that, like just swap it in and copy everything over to that. Now I have even more storage. Storage these days is pretty cheap, so you could pick up a 512 gigabyte micro SD card for under $80. It's pretty insane. The other nice part is if you get a dongle, so in this case, this Chromebook only has USB Type-C connectors. So I picked up this dongle and I've inserted 2 mini hard drives in there. They're both 128 gigabytes. So now just by plugging this one dongle in, 2 more hard drives show up and I can copy pictures off of my camera onto these hard drives. So that's really nice, and these are super small, so you're not going to take up any space in your luggage or anything like that once we travel again. Another nice thing with Chrome OS is that you can run Linux on the Chromebook itself. Now, I haven't had any experience with that. If you do have experience with that and you like tinkering with things, there's ways to expand, so you could get the open source GIMP photo editor and you could use that to edit pictures. All right, so now that we've talked about the hardware and things like that, let's talk about the apps themselves. For this to work, you really need Android apps. So when you first launch you first get your Chromebook and you're looking at like the photo editors. Let's find a picture here. There's not much you can do. Like they have a basic photo editor, right? You can come in here, you can hit edit, and this is all you can do is exposure, contrast, saturation. So there's nothing you can crop and what is this? You can rescale the picture, but yeah, there's nothing. You really can't do much with it. So the first app that I always download is Lightroom because that's where all my pictures are stored. Even if you wanted to use Chrome OS only, I would still recommend getting Lightroom. Now it is a monthly subscription. It's $10 a month. You get Lightroom, the mobile version, Photoshop that you can run on a PC, and Lightroom Classic. And then you get 20 gigabytes of their cloud storage. Now if you're using a Chromebook only, you're probably gonna need more storage than that, especially if you want to have a offsite backup. So you could pay an additional $10 and you get a terabyte of storage. So that would be, $20 a month. You'd get all the apps and a terabyte of storage. The main reason why I love using Lightroom is because it syncs between my computer, my phone, tablet, Chromebooks, like wherever I'm signed into Lightroom, I can get access to the files that are synced. But as you see here, just going through this, it works fine. I mean, it's the Android version, but all this is being synced over over what's been synced in the cloud, right? So these aren't stored locally. But as you can see, everything loads up perfectly fine. These are all the files that I've flagged as wanted to be able to edit, anywhere. If I click on here, now I'm using the mouse and keyboard, but you could easily flip this over and use the stylus if you wanted to. Now it does take a little bit to load up, but again, it depends on your internet connection. For whatever reason, this Chromebook, the Wi-Fi signal is pretty bad sometimes. So, the newer Chromebooks are probably going to run a lot better. But as you see, like all my editing tools are right here. So it's just like using Lightroom on an iPad. So I have no problems using it there. The other app that I would recommend getting is Snapseed. Snapseed is a photo editing app owned by Google. So it works really well on Chrome OS. And this is something that Google bought, years ago, but when they bought it, it was because Android didn't have a really good photo editor. There was like a couple out there, but they weren't really good. But Snapseed to me is like Photoshop Express, right? Or Photoshop Lite. There's a lot you can do with it, and it's free, which is even better. So let's open up Snapseed real quick. You can even edit raw files in Snapseed. So let's do that here. Let's see, I go in here. You have to say all files, and there are some raw files that I took yesterday, and it opens right up. Obviously it will take a little bit because they're raw files, but yeah, now you have a raw file that you can edit. Now I'm using 2 fingers to slide up and down, and you can see here all the things you can do with this raw file. So it's like using a raw file in Lightroom or something. So I'm sliding my fingers left to right to adjust the contrast here if I wanted to. Let's say I want to do that, and then bring down the highlights, and I don't know, open up the shadows, right? Let's say we want to do that. We hit save, and now what we just edited on the raw file is being saved here. You can go to your tools. Let's say I want to rotate this around. And then it tried to straighten it out for me, but I don't like the way that it did that, so I will just re-straighten it myself. Done. You can crop. I mean, there's so many things you can do. I'm not going to show you everything, but yeah, you could use this perfectly fine. And it doesn't sync back up with Lightroom, so if you wanted that picture that you just edited back into Lightroom, you'd have to re-import it. But again, this is all done on a Chromebook, and it works perfectly fine. Yeah, as a photographer, you could totally use this as your travel device or even your daily device. I've even loaded a VSCO on here and it works perfectly fine. Now, this is not a perfect solution. As a hybrid shooter, right? I shoot photography and video. Video editing on Android stinks. And so it stinks here on Chrome OS also. There's probably there's two video editors that I would recommend. One would be Power Director, and the other one is, I think it's Cine Movie. I have links down below to both of them. They're okay. It's nothing good. This is where I think Google really should act. The way they purchase Snapseed, they should find a good video editor that they can bring over to Android. Even if they had to purchase it, it wouldn't cost that much, but it would be a huge service for the Android and Chrome OS community. So, I know there's LumaFusion. That would be my choice. And, if they did the same that they did with Snapseed, let it run on its own, make it free, but give them money to be able to make a really, really good video editor. That would be awesome. So overall, I think you could use a Chromebook to edit pictures, manage your pictures, and even like upload pictures to Facebook, Instagram, and Flickr. What's also great is because this runs Android apps, you can run Instagram, you can run the mobile version of Facebook if you wanted to. So you don't have to go through the website. You can run the apps on here, and then you can get like the app by app comparison, like side by side with your apps and stuff like that. It's pretty cool how it works. It's not perfect, but it does work pretty well. The other drawback is, at least for myself, on this Chromebook, Lightroom isn't able to store your cached files to the SD card. So if you do have a large cached file, let's say you're traveling, you're going to be limited to the space you have on your internal storage, right? So if you have a 16 gigabyte hard drive, you're not going to have that much space for, I guess, cached pictures. Obviously, you can back them up to your external hard drive if you need to, but like internally, you won't be able to cache those pictures within Lightroom. I hope this video was informative to some of you. If you have a Chromebook, do you use it for photo editing? Have you tried some of the video editors out there? I would like to know. Let me know down in the comments below. I picked this Chromebook up a couple of years ago and it's been great. I love having a full web browser, and this was really good before iOS had, like the Safari got almost a desktop class web browser. I would still prefer using this and an iPad mini versus just going iPad only. I'm going to talk about that in a later video, why the iPad doesn't work as my only device, but Chrome OS is really close to being an alternative to Windows or the Mac. Thank you as always for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys if you stayed this long. If this video was helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button. It really helps a small channel like myself. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of February. So if you could help me out with that, I would appreciate it. I will see you next video. Talk to you later. Bye bye.